Let's get it. All right, we live. We in there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's up with you, man? How you feeling, bro?
Bro, I'm good. Tired as all heck, but I mean, I know that's kind of a reoccurring feeling. You know what I mean? But it's being tired from work you putting in. So I really can't complain at all. You know what I mean?
Hey, man. They say we can't complain about being full when we always wanted to eat.
Right. Right. You
When
know
the
what I
goal was
mean?
to eat, you can't complain about the food on your plate. You know what I'm
Big,
saying?
big, what's going on there, dog?
What's up?
Yeah, this past week and this week coming up has been like it's tough. Tough. Um so I had bro, I had the first part of a root canal. So I couldn't, yeah, that's why I couldn't be here last week, bro. I couldn't even open my mouth. It was
Man.
it was bad. But nah, feeling a lot better, healed up pretty good. Been working all crazy, been in the gym. Um Due to me winning the Century Cycle Slam, I get to open up for Poetry Unplugged this coming weekend down at the August Wilson Center.
Hey.
We got people like Queen Sheba, Yats, Black Chakra, The Last Poets, Ephraim, like big names about to be on stage. So I'm about to be in a heavyweight class with these people. So I'm excited, nervous. Been working all week to try and memorize new poems that I wrote. You know what I mean? Just been grinding head down. You know what I mean? So doing that, and literally the day after, I'll be in Letters and Verses. As another poem or another poetry event about struggle, overcoming, strength, and all of that. And then right after that, there's going to be a panel for the artists, and we gonna talk about, you know what I mean, pretty much where our inspiration comes from and stuff like that. So it's one of those. It's another one of those weekends where it's all focus. It's all focus.
Oh, he's in his bag. Yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. Hey, that's gonna be a great weekend, bro. Man, I hope you got somebody recording.
I'm gonna have somebody recorded. I'm definitely gonna have somebody recorded because I gotta get my landscape shots for my EPK.
You
You know what
got
I'm
to get the
saying?
landscape shot. And look, here's the thing. What I figured out too is that you can even uh just record video and then we can take a screenshot.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Pause it
yeah.
and take a screenshot of the screen. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. Since I don't have a photographer that's out with me, I'm gonna just take some screenshots of like the view from behind where I'm like, I mean, that's the view that I want anyway. So of people, seeing me on stage in front of a whole bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? Those are the shots that I
Mhm.
want. So yeah, nah, man, that's absolutely huge, bro. Congrats on that, man. Looking forward to seeing some video from that.
Yeah,
And then putting this stuff together, bro, so that we can start these start these campaigns, man. Get this business going. Um,
yeah. No, I need to get this up so I get to play. I'm trying to get back into these schools, man. I'm telling you, it's a different feeling being in front of youth and being able to motivate and inspire. It was a whole different feeling than just being on stage for like an open mic or a poetry show. So that's definitely the goal.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. So this weekend was good, man. I was at Penn State Beaver on Saturday. Had a juvenile detention center on Friday. Had a juvenile detention center on Saturday. Had a gala to speak at on Saturday night as well. Me and Bree got to step out to that. That joint was super fire. Um,
Okay, get fresh. Let's go.
yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Let's go.
Do we have sound effects now?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We step it. We elevate it.
Do
We
do
elevate.
we do we do we have do we do we have my man. Let's go, man. Come on now. Come on now. Hey, listen, man. We in here, dog. But no, that was good. Going back to my old school on Saturday on Thursday, so that we can set up, something long term in terms of like curriculum work with the students back at Andrew Jackson, man. Where I graduated from. So we
Man, I
in
know
there
that.
doing it,
How does that feel? How does that feel?
bro. That man, it feels full circle and surreal, and it makes me say to myself, I want to go back to all my alma maters. Like it took me I did it exactly 20 years from my middle school. My high school, I want to do, I would love to do it before 20 years, but if it took me 20 years to go back to the high school as well, I want to do that. And then also with the college, man, you know what I'm saying? I've graduated college. It's been like 15, it's been like, no, it's probably been like 13 years now, 13, 14 years now since I graduated college. So that's going to be super dope. I've made up my mind as to where I'm going to go back and get my doctoral degree. I'm going to do it online. It's more feasible for me for my schedule, as opposed to as much as I want to go to Howard University and get my doctoral degree, because that would boost my cachet here in the DMV and speaking at different conferences and stuff like that. It will cost me way more. I know that for sure. But then also having to go in person, it's just not something that's feasible right now. But with the other program, I can kind of do it at my pace, and my pace is like really fast paced. Like if I'm in it, like I'm in it and I'm trying to learn this joint, like bam, 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 bam. And then Howard University doesn't necessarily have the degree that I want to get. That I wanted to do for my doctoral degree. The online program does. They're like the only place that has the doctoral degree that I want to get. But getting it from Howard would look really good. If Howard is willing to pay for me to get my degree from there, then I would do it. But if they're not going to pay for me to get my degree from there, like right now,
Hey, once them letters is behind your name, like sometimes it matters with a school, but like in a lot of spaces, bro, that title, it just kick doors in.
Yeah, bro. And truthfully, that's the reason. That's the reason why I'm doing it, man. Like, people ask me, why are you going back to get it? Because I'm like, now you can't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that people are playing with me now, but like, there's no reason to say this person isn't qualified to do what it is. Yeah, Doctor Backpack. And listen, if you got my number, I need you to save my number in your phone as Doctor, because I work too hard. Save me as Doctor. You know what I'm saying? Doctor's son. So my parents changed my name to Doctor's son, nigga.
That's funny.
Oh God. But all right, man. So let's get into it, man. We got a couple of different topics. Hey, did you hear about the LSU wide receiver? What happened with the LSU wide receiver?
No.
So the LSU wide receiver, he was speeding one day and he was going super, super fast, ended up killing someone. I think that was in a crosswalk, I think. And he was supposed to go to trial yesterday, and he committed suicide on Sunday.
What?
Yeah, he was supposed to go. He was supposed to be in a draft this year, and so what happened is, it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, but with that court of public opinion, that is probably one of the things that kind of got to him, because society says you're guilty because there's no reason that you should have been going that fast and you should have ran. You should have killed this person, harmed this person, that kind of thing. It's one of them things where now he's dealing with the societal pressures. Yeah, he was 24 years old, right? You dealing with them societal pressures of, I mean, man, you're the worst person, and social media is calling you all of these names, and your mugshot is circulating all over, social media, and so those things break you, man.
Yeah, I believe when you're in a position of like somewhat, when you're in a spotlight, college is just as serious as NFL now. You know what I mean? Like when you're out there, you might be proven innocent, or the guilt of doing something like that might have got to you. But I definitely agree, when you're in a court of the public opinion, bro, like there's no escaping it. Like you could move, but social media everywhere. Everybody knows who you are now. And it's not like a regular person where they do that, you know what I'm saying? It might be in the paper, you go to jail or you do your time and people continue to move on. Like you essentially ruin your career. There's going to be a lot of people that don't want you on a team now. You were supposed to go to the draft. Your whole life trajectory literally changed that moment. Literally changed that moment. So I definitely understand that there was probably an immense amount of pressure that he had nowhere to release that. And it's sad that people start thinking that the only way out is to quit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because things happen, and I'm definitely in favor of, like, you do the crime, do the time. Hey, bro, you messed up, and it was a big one because somebody lost their life. There's no penance for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the only way to try and to change and to prove that you change and to learn your lesson is to go through it. And I think that sometimes nobody's there to like guide somebody off of the ledge. And you know what I mean? I know there's a lot of people that are probably like, oh well, he took a life, and then, you know what I'm saying, and his life is gone, is eye for an eye. But it's just like, you know what I mean? I guarantee I'm pretty sure it wasn't with malice. Like he was doing something stupid. He's a kid, and somebody lost their life. Big mistake. My heart goes out to the family that lost a loved one because of his stupid mistake. But you know what I'm saying? Two lives gone don't bring one back. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, man, that's a powerful message right there. All right, let's get into it. So birthday cake. Is there is there a protocol for respect for you as a parent when your child gets older?
100%, 100%. Even now, right? Even now, let's say I get married, which I plan on doing, right? There's never going to be a moment where I don't show my wife's parents respect, even in relation to her. Like that's just like the only time that respect goes out the window is if there's an altercation in my house, right? Then it's just like, hey, I understand y'all the parents, but this is still my house, and she's mine now, right? But other than that, you know what I'm saying, parents will get the utmost respect in the world. You know what I
All right.
mean?
Let's see if this daughter or the dad was doing too much. So this is the birthday cake that was picked up for the daughter. Let's look at the text messages. I wanted to wait till after everyone left to ask, why did you get mad and leave? It was a gathering for my birthday, and it hurt my feelings to see you just up and leave. Dad says, China, that shit was highly disrespectful. The cake, I mean. Your mother and I were there, and that's the cake that your friend decides to pick up. That was very distasteful. You're still my little girl at the end of the day. Daughter says, it wasn't that deep. I just feel like you're being dramatic as always. It's obvious you don't like him. You see what the cake says?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see it.
It's not about not liking someone, China. It's about decent damn respect. You think your father wants to eat a birthday cake that showcases how good his daughter private part is? No, hell no. I still don't understand why you're mad. It was a joke, but okay, I'm 27, not a child. It's about respect, China. Look, we'll talk more about this tomorrow. There's nothing left to talk about, honestly. Ooh, you hey, my child sent me there's nothing left to talk about. Say less. You won't hear from me no more. You won't. Hey, you please,
Uh,
please don't tell me to walk out.
the fact that she thought it was okay shows how immature she is. The thought now, mind you, the dad called the boy your friend. Like it's not even your fiance, your husband, none of that. Even in those positions, I wouldn't dare do something like that. Like if I'm gonna do something like that to my girl, it's going to be me and her. Like it's gonna be a small cake. It's gonna be a joke between me and her. I wouldn't do that
Right.
around friends. I wouldn't do that around my friends. I wouldn't do that around no family. That dude, first off, dude is completely lucky he still has all his teeth.
I would have smashed the cake. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh, that cake! I definitely would have tossed that cake out. I'd thrown that cake completely out.
I'm like, oh, that's so. Hey, look at this. This is funny as shit. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Me and bro would have had a real talk in the backyard, and he probably no bare knuckle brawl. No boxing gloves. You gonna need to feel this, and that cake was probably gonna be the only thing he would be able to eat for a while.
Hey,
I have no words, bro. Like that's super bold and super out of pocket, super disrespectful. Yeah, no.
Yeah, nah, I'm good on that one too. All right. So next one is who deserves the seat? Who deserves the seat? Is there a protocol when you on the bus, when you on the train, and there's one seat left, and there's a particular set of people who deserves the seat? Let's talk about it. Is it A, the nursing mom, B, the handicapped man, C, the old man, or D, the pregnant mom?
So I have a theory. I got a theory.
Ain't nobody sitting on nobody's lap, niggas.
No, none of that. None of that. My theory is I would say the pregnant mom. And here's why, right? Because if you're a nursing mom, chances are you got a stroller somewhere, so you're all right. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got a stroller, that's on you. I would say the handicapped man.
He can lean on them crutches.
That's what I was about to say. Like he got crutches. Like I tore my ACL before. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was crutches. I was all right. I was tired, but I was all right. The old man, you got a cane and you're still a man. The pregnant woman, you're pregnant. There's nothing you can do. Like that belly is heavy. You see what I'm saying? Like there's videos of men going behind their pregnant wives and just lifting up her belly for a minute and her literally just like collapsing. As a man, I could only imagine the type of stress and pressure your body is under 24/7. And all due respect to the woman who's nursing, she went through it, so I'm probably sure she would probably want the person who's actively still going through it to have the seat. The men are going to stand up regardless because that's just our plight in life. And yeah, I think the pregnant woman should have the seat.
I would agree with you on that. The pregnant woman definitely probably needs the seat more than anybody does. Even the old person. Somebody said the handicapped man for real. I'm gonna give it to the pregnant lady. She looks super pregnant too. She don't look like she 2 months, 3 months pregnant. She look like she about 6, 7 months pregnant, 8 months. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let her have it. All right. Is this dressed too sexy to be out with her friends? Ladies, what's your thoughts? What's your feelings on asking permission from your man? Be like, babe, is this dress okay or is this too much? Would any of y'all ever ask permission to wear a particular dress out? Let's see it in the comments. Would you ask permission to wear a dress out? While y'all commenting, let's go to the video. Machula más linda, hey. Ahora está puesta para ella. Aunque siempre ha sido ella, se puso más linda. Machula más linda.
Naging puso malinda, machula.
Bro, you know what's crazy? Because we talk about, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let them answer first. I'm gonna let them answer first because wild thing is, I actually know her. I actually know her. No, don't get me wrong. She is a top-notch woman. I know her husband, the father of her child, top-notch man. Met at Ebony Fit Week. They're both fitness professionals. Like the first time I took a yoga class, she was the teacher, and it was lit. Um, but I want to see the responses.
No, because I don't have a man. But if I did, yes. Okay. Ebony Fit. All right.
Right. Elevate. Yeah, yeah. You know, that's Kiki.
Yeah,
Kiki.
yeah, yeah. Okay, Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? All right. So, what's your thoughts, man? Does your girl would you want your girl to ask? Do you require your girl to ask permission to wear a certain dress?
I don't require it because I do trust like you know what I'm saying the judgment um but you know what I'm saying because why are you with somebody if you don't trust their judgment, right? But it would be it I do think that it's nice, it's a sign of respect because there's there's a lot of things that can happen and men know how men think. Women, they know how men think to a certain extent, and we always get into these arguments or these discussions about like, oh well, a man's going to look at you whether you wearing a whole snowsuit or
Facts.
bikini, and it's just like yes, you are, but you also your intention dress for the attention that you want. A lot of times we talk about like what we should be able to do, and yes, you should be able to wear whatever you want and not be touched, but that is not the world we live in. A lot way too often I feel like we get caught up in what we should do and we neglect reality. You see what I'm saying? So I do feel like it's a sign of respect if a woman is like, "Hey, babe, do you feel like this is too revealing or what?" Because my you know what I'm saying, my suggestion comes with protection, right? Because if I be like, babe, that's too revealing, I really don't think that's appropriate. And then she goes out and we're out, and then nigga say something to her, she gonna be looking at me like, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna be like, I'm obviously as a man, I'm still gonna step up, but like now, you know what I'm saying? It's just like this could have been avoided, right? And not to say that if we was out wearing a whole snowsuit and a nigga said something that I still wouldn't step up. You know what I mean? But I just think it's a sign of respect because you in that instance, you're even when you're not with your man, you're still a reflection of your man, and
That's good. Say that.
and vice versa. Like I'm not this because a lot of I'm not negating the other side of the coin, but right now this conversation, I do think that um a man has a right. Like if you say, hey, this is mine, or this is who I'm with, a man has a right to be territorial because that's just what we are. Our protection comes with, you know what I'm saying? Our provision comes with protection, and these things are some of the things that just certain men require. I don't want, even though they might think it, they might not say something, they might not, or what have you. I may not want a man seeing what I feel like belongs to me. Period.
Bing bong. Yeah, I it's not something that I require. It's definitely something that is much appreciated in that regard because I definitely don't want to have something too revealing. And I agree with who said that, Rika, saying that the dress wasn't bad. Probably up top it was a little, a little busty, up top, but overall I didn't think the dress was what dress was too bad. And my thing is that I want you to feel good, I want you to feel sexy, I want you to feel attractive, and then it also comes down with just being respectful. If you can go out, look good, and be respectful, then that goes a long way into what we're building, our relationship, and my comfort level with you being out without me, particularly. and being sexy. And if you're out and you're with me, you know, a little bit sexier, you know, is definitely always wanted.
But let me also say this: like, if like a dress like that, I would hype my girl up. Yeah, babe, you look good. Go out, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? If a nigga say something, then yeah, call me. I want you to feel sexy. You should feel good look going out. That, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of what your idea of sexy is, sometimes people like to wear baggier stuff. Some people like to wear more form-fitting stuff. As long as you're not attention trapping.
Right. Thirst trapping, you know what I'm saying? Got your line showing, you know what I'm saying?
If you're not trying to be the baddest bitch in the room, you know what I'm saying? Because nowadays that specific competition is about who can be the most naked without being completely naked.
Yeah, and I don't like that competition.
I might listen. I might look at something and be like, "Yeah, no, I'm cool. You got it." Because I'm never gonna tell you what you can and what you can't do, because what you do shows me what you want and where you want to be. I'll let you make your own decisions, but once you make that, I definitely will make mine.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm definitely with you on that. Definitely with you on that one. All right. All right, the next one. Are these young women using young men for free meals? Are these young ladies, and we talking about like
This is a sore subject.
high school? Are they using our boys for free meals? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I can't, man. Look, I'm with moms on this one. Let's talk about it.
First restaurant he gonna take you to. What's the last restaurant your daddy took you to? Because you shouldn't be coming to him to be your daddy. That's not his role. It's a first date. I want y'all to bring that down to level 3. Y'all way on 10 with this foolishness and want to embarrass somebody. My second question is, have you ever been anywhere? Where do you take yourself? Let me see your checkbook registry. Let me log into your bank account and see what you feed yourself on a regular basis. Where do you take yourself for lunch or dinner? That's the next question I want you to answer. And then the third thing about this, come on back over here, because I need you to understand what time it is. Right. A real lady is gonna be there for the purpose of what it's for. She's not looking for food because she's hungry that she can't afford, so she can take it to go and get a doggy bag. I'm gonna wrap this up to go. Why? You ain't gonna have food tomorrow? That's a poverty mindset. So a first date, again, is to get to know the person, correct, to hang out, have fun. Y'all should be laughing and talking. It don't need to be a steakhouse. We don't even know if you worth a steak. You might just be worth a piece of bread. So ladies, young ladies, grow up. Get some maturity about yourself. Y'all buying titties, lashes, booties, and everything else, and you want somebody else to feed you. Save your money, stop buying your body, and put it to the side so you can have some food. That's not a man's responsibility. Now, once you dating a man, and once he get to know you, and y'all vibing, and he want to take you to a nice restaurant, guess what that means? You well deserving of that. He think enough about you to make a reservation. But some of you don't have reservations about your mouth. You talk bad, you disrespectful, you ghetto, you trifling, you don't have an income that substantiates what you want this man to do. You don't reserve being lazy. You full out lazy. You have no reservations on that, but you want the men to make a reservation for a restaurant, but you don't reserve what's between your legs. You passing it out like candy. You ready to eat for everybody. All right.
Is she in her bag or nah?
I mean, to a certain extent, I think making the video was a bit much. That's definitely a lesson that you need to teach your sons. Like, you know what I mean? Get to know somebody before you start just giving out your bread. Same with your daughters. Get to know somebody before you just start giving out your body. It's one of those things where there are women who just who hit people up for food. I was the food guy at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I caught it because I was like, hey, let's do something other than go to a restaurant. Why don't you come out my way and let's do da 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 da. She was like, oh well, you know what? I got something to do. And I was like, oh, that's crazy because there's this restaurant out here that I was gonna take you to after we did this. She's like, oh well, I mean, I could. Nah, never mind. Never mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see what this is on now. Like, I was very naive, but yeah, nah. But there are people who are right now just like, oh well, you know what I'm saying? I don't really have any intention on getting to know you, but you about to take me here. I'm sure I want to go. You know what I mean?
And bro looked like he was like 16 years old. At 16, if your standard for going out at 16 is Ruth Chris, Benihana's, Oceanair, Del Frisco's, then you probably like you probably in the wrong dating pool. If you know what I'm saying?
I see. I don't think it's necessarily. I mean, yeah, but I don't think it's necessarily their standard. I think that's stuff that they hear and then
yeah, for sure that they see. You know what I'm saying? They've seen. So, I'm trying to go here and get. Right. Shawty, you can't even order a glass of wine yet. Why are we going here?
Listen, guys, and I mean, young chicks did it too, but like guys did it, and they're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like for a while, everybody was like, oh, I want a Rollie. And then Drake started talking about Patek, and everybody's like, oh, I want a Patek. And I'm like, you don't even know what a Patek is.
Can't even spell Patek.
You can't even spell like, but most people, and I'm like, oh, so you won't get a Philippe? And they're like, what? I'm like, you don't even know it's Philippe Patek. It's a watch. That's the maker of it. You know what I'm saying? Like you just regurgitating stuff that you
they heard. Yeah.
Right. And so I think people start setting their standards by what they see. Because they're like, oh, well, I'm a baddie, so this is what a nigga need to do for me, blah blah blah. And it's just like, you gonna have a bad life being a baddie. You know what I'm saying?
Man, listen, most people get them watches and can't even tell time on it. You be like, what time is it? They be like, hold on, 8:41. Bro,
it's
never mind. Watch.
Let's not get into watches. Watches is my thing.
You gotta watch. You know what I'm saying? Look at your watch.
Listen, bro. You know what I mean? I had a conversation with one of my dad's friends, and he was like, yeah, you mean I'm saying I got this G-Shock on, it's all iced out. You know what I mean? I'm like, because I told him, I was like, it's a nice watch. It's like, yeah, you get like this, da da da. Meanwhile, I have a Hublot on my wrist. And it's like, most people don't even know what a Hublot is. Like, Hublot is neck and neck, if not better than Rolex. Now, mind you, it took me a minute. I found one, saved up for it, got it. You know what I mean? It's not flashy, very subtle, but it's original, right? And I was just like, I know you don't know anything about watches because a G-Shock would never stand next to a Hublot. That's like putting a Chrysler 300 next to a Bentley, a Rolls Royce. It's just, you know what I'm saying? You thought you was stunting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought, like, look, I bought it because it looked like a Phantom until a Phantom pull up.
I don't even want to be on this street no more.
On this street no more. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's take it back to a little mod. How do you politely ask people to get out your house? I'm sorry, to leave your house. Do you tell them get the step in? Do you hit them with the yawn? Oh, damn, bro. What you about to do tomorrow, man? What do you do?
It's definitely. So what y'all about to do? That's the universal. Let me say this. If you stay at somewhere, if you stay at a nigga house or in a nigga car or in a nigga vicinity after he asks you what you about to do, you are disrespectful.
No respect.
You are disrespectful.
No respect.
You will never be invited back.
No respect, bro. Like none at all. Zero respect for what's going on, man. You got to know the signs, and if it's getting too late, too. Like if I start yawning, if I'm sitting down and I'm just watching TV, I don't want to just sit and watch TV. I'm only sitting and watching TV unless this is what we came to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? If it was a game, because that'd be like the time like where if you had that get together and then everybody in the house and then everybody leave, but you like, you know what I'm saying? Like still like the last 3 to 4 people. Yeah, like don't be the last 3 or 4 people there and be one of the people that don't ever go home, yo. Like,
No,
come on, man.
I'll turn TV off, start cleaning up. You got it. You have to get the signs. If you see there's no sound and you see me cleaning up and you still on your phone scrolling on my couch, you're not allowed back.
Facts. I'm with you on that. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that, big dog. Got to know the signs. Don't overstay your welcome. All right. Make sure you know what you know what you're doing.
Listen, I stayed at Jeff's house once or twice, bro. Both times I was gone before he got up. Appreciate the hospitality, bro. I'm out.
Hey, respectfully, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, housed me, you know what I'm saying? Made sure I was 8. That salmon was busting. We chopped it up. All right, bro. Played a couple games, turned the game off, went to bed. Hey, morning, bro. Appreciate you. I'm out. Like, bro.
All right, let's see. Let me see what we got, man. What would you do if you found out that your girl make more money than you?
So 100% speed. I wouldn't even consider pre-number. She might have more money than me too, so I don't really might need to go the opposite way.
Joe? Absolutely. Sorry.
No doubt about it. Like way more.
No, but I have kids. I have kids. Whatever we get together, it's different. Whatever I have from before belongs to my kids. I mean, respectfully, that's just the way it is. Same. I don't expect anything from you either. You know that. Never did.
Wait.
Chino's like,
What the fuck she talking about?
Chino put his hand on her knee and said no.
No.
That's not how it's going.
No.
What do you mean from before?
What do you mean? I have children. I was married before, so there's assets and things I have from before.
That he can't eat off of.
That he
can't touch,
he won't be able to get.
Sniff as a black man, any of that.
It has nothing to do with any of that, by the way.
But he can't even look that way. Don't think about it.
I agree.
Because it belongs to my kids.
But there are things where if I need it,
what?
She got a tough spot.
I mean,
but if I need it, it's there.
Then don't.
Yes, obviously.
I mean, it's there. Yeah, but no.
Yeah, but it's her discretion.
No.
He's like he just found that out.
He did. Oh, Brock, I almost get there. So 100%.
All right. So do you get what's happening right there?
Yeah, it looks like he's finding out that, like, if he was in a tough spot, Shorty might or might not help him out, depending on what she had. Like,
yeah, but so the money is from a previous marriage, but it's the kids' money. So it's their college money, or it's their, maybe the dad might have died or something like that and left the kids life insurance money or something like that. It's the kids' money where she's not even touching that.
oh yeah, so
It's not something that she built. It's something that from the previous marriage that she was owed, or that the kids were owed.
In a situation like that, I wouldn't even that wouldn't be like, that's not even money that we have as a couple anymore. Like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't even. That's not even something that I would even consider. Right? Finding out that your girl make more money than you, you know what I would do? I would go to the store, get 24 roses, bring them home and be like, babe, congratulations. And still take you out and pay for dinner. Like as a man, where my mental is set up, is I'm going to applaud you for everything that you do. I'm never going to stop your grind, whether you make more than me, less than me, the same as me.
No.
I want you to reach your full potential, whatever that means, right? I'm never going to be in the way of that. And I'm going to continue to grind and still take care of you.
Mhm.
Now, if I fall on hard times and you're making a lot of bread, I would hope that you'd be like, babe, I got you. But like for me, that's not even like you're not a fallback. You see what I'm saying? You're still somebody I'm all right, cool. I gotta get back on my feet because this is what I gotta take care of.
Yeah, and it's not like she's making a lot of money. It's that she just has this money. He might be making more money than her actively yearly, but it's just I got $500,000, $1 million just sitting over here from my kids. You know what I'm saying? So when they get older, so I understand that, man. I understand that.
Yeah, no, I get that. I wouldn't even. That's not even something.
Yeah, for sure. Do we as Gen Z and millennials, do we have unrealistic expectations? Are you Negroes expecting too much? I think that's y'all problem, man. Y'all expect way too much. I think that's the problem.
From what though?
That dealing with young people, a lot of times one of the things that's causing so much depression, people feeling suicidal, people feeling like, you know, they just can't handle life is because their expectations are unrealistic. There are going to be moments in life when things are not going to be the best. You won't be the happiest. Sometimes you will feel lonely, you will feel overworked and whatever else, especially if you are working on a goal that is one that requires you to be in your personal bag. It's really hard. It's not easy. And yes, you should vacation and do all the things that you mentioned because that does make it better. But there are moments when you might not even be able to do all of that. And you really have to be able to balance accepting that everything is not always going to be a good time.
Man, you know what? This conversation is so big to me because I think about like, so like if let's say you grew up in a big house, right? When you move out on your own, chances are you're probably not going to move out into a big house. So now, how do you navigate the downsides of your life when you're used to? Oh, I got a movie room. I got my own bathroom. You know what I mean? That I don't have to share with anybody that comes into the house or, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of think about that, like in terms of like celebrities, kids and stuff like that. Like if like and I think that's a lot of the reason why like a lot of celebrities kids don't move out on their own because why I'm gonna move out of this mansion and then into my own little house because most of the time they're not making mansion money. You know what I'm saying? Like I think about the neighbor across the street. He probably grew up in this big nice house and stuff like that, but bro's like our age now and he still ain't moved out yet. Well, the difference is that if he move out, he don't have this big house that he gonna move into a little apartment.
Yeah, I think that's on the parents to manage expectations. You know what I mean? And set realistic goals to the point where they can get to that big house. But there's usually steps that you take before getting there just to make sure that you understand and value the work that goes into obtaining and maintaining that type of lifestyle. A lot of people like I feel like celebrities kids are born they're born on third base and think they hit a home run when you know what I'm saying when you actually take the time to explain like okay you got here because dad practiced, dad went up the bat, dad rounded these bases. Now you could go home and hit another home run so your kids could be born on third. But if you still have the mindset of I did this, because we said this in previous shows, that you learn a lot more from falling than you do from success.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because if you complete something right the first time, you don't learn anything. Unless not to say that you didn't do your due diligence before enacting whatever action you took, you might have learned through that process. But a lot of times when you fall, you learn, okay, this didn't go right, this did go right. Let me go back to the drawing board. You gain a lot more knowledge, right? So I think it's up to the parents to say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna be here. You're going to succeed, but you're gonna have to put in some legwork. I'm gonna make sure that you got guidance. I'm gonna make sure you got resources. I'm gonna make sure you got avenues and opportunity, but you're going to have to put in some legwork.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think that's so important to make sure that your kids understand that work went into what it is that you've produced, and you didn't just get this by happenstance. And I think a lot of times what young people do is they tend to take that for granted, coming from certain situations, that your expectations have to be set for your life now, not the life that you once lived when you were a kid, right? And also not what we see on social media, because a lot of our kids, they see these vacations and these lavish, extravagant things, and I want to travel the world, and I want to try. You better travel the hell out of my house is what I want you to do. That's what I want you to do. I want you to travel out of here. How quickly can we make that happen and make sure that you are stable? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't take vacations for a long time because I didn't think I deserved a vacation. Like, my life felt like a vacation all the way up until the age of 25, because I took very little things seriously up until that point. And I started to say to myself, I like, vacations are not a necessity for me. They are more like they were more like a reward, you know what I'm saying, for doing what it is that I'm supposed to do, working hard. You know what I'm saying? I always saw vacations as that way. Now I'm getting more into that. I want to take leisure vacations. I understand the need, and I need to take these leisure vacations. But in the beginning, in those early 20s, man, I'm like, what I want to instill in my kids is that it's important for you to grow in this moment. And if you make sacrifices now, you can vacation longer later. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to take advantage of this opportunity to be young, but the quicker you get it, the longer you get to enjoy it. So,
I definitely agree. And Mika, I can't really take credit for that. I got that from Pastor John. Shout out to Pastor John if you
shout
see
out
this.
to Pastor John.
But yeah, no, I think for me it took a little longer to kick in, bro. From the age 18 till like probably like 28. In my mind, I was living on borrowed time. I came from a place where they were like, "You're not even gonna make it to 18." You know what I mean? So when I went to college, just the fact that I got accepted to college and was going up there for a sport on top of that, it was just like, bro, I made it. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't, you know what I'm saying? That was I couldn't even see past that. You know what I mean? It was something that it was so far-fetched to me that I would ever go to college. When I did, I didn't even know what to do with it for real. But I definitely believe now that we need to definitely make sure that people see the fruit in paying attention to your future, and making sure that just because you're young don't mean that you get to slack off. Like, get it now. Like you said, the quicker you get it, the longer you get to enjoy it. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go and see what let's see what's up with Miss Johnny Blade.
Told the lady that I couldn't go because of my body shape. Not because my body shape. Talked to 11, 14-year-old girl. So I was very, very upset about it. And I went back to go get more stuff. So I didn't go in, get the receipt and go and send stuff back. So they called me and they were like, I can pull up so they can talk to me and stuff, and I can still get the kids stuff. So I'm a little emotional and happy at the same time. Sometimes how you respond to things, even though you're offended, how you respond can still lead and put you in a position to still do something positive. So because of how I reacted, wasn't mad or anything. I just expressed myself because my body shape should not matter. The way I dress, I'm actually going to the school like this. Don't judge people, and I'm just proud that how I responded, I'm still able to get to the little girl. So I will see you guys.
All right. How you feel? Was the school doing too much, or did they have a valid point?
I think they were doing too much simply because she said that they told her no based off of her body shape. Now, your body shape shouldn't matter as long as you're doing something positive. You know what I mean? She's an artist that's in the industry. Her body's not gonna be your regular everyday. Hey, look at the man looking all big. It's a little man.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's you can't deny that one. But yeah, no, I think telling somebody that you can't do something based off of your body shape and nothing else, there's a million things you could tell somebody no for, but just your body shape, I think that was a bit much, especially when you're trying to do something positive in the community and as far as giving back to young girls and empowering. I think if that's the reason that they went with, yeah, they was out of pocket. But I will say one thing I do agree with in the video is a lot of times how you respond to adversity is will often open up doors and show people that like, hey, your idea of me is wrong because you get denied for a specific reason, and you're gonna be like, oh, see, we were right for saying no. You reacted exactly how we thought you would. Well, being able to be calm in the face of adversity definitely it disproves their initial notion of you, and then on top of that opens up other doors.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I definitely think she had the right outfit on, I'll say, because she didn't present herself in a sexual manner. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can't help what your body shape looks like. Maybe she had some work done and stuff like that, but there are still women that are out here that are super busty, you know what I'm saying, good shapes and stuff like that. So I think she dressed appropriately for the event. Now, as far as maybe you didn't want her because of what she represents, you know what I mean, and on a grand scheme of things, and maybe that might be it. But it seems like maybe they were already looking for a reason not to have her in, and this was what we had to come up with was, you know, your body shape is not what we what we want to present to our young girls. But it seems like she handled it very well, so that definitely shows a lot of maturity on her level. So super proud of her in terms of how she reacted to that situation, because like you said, she could have reacted in a different way. And then what that does is that again perpetuates, this is the reason that we did not book you in the first place, because you acted in this manner. So yeah, no, I'm with that. All right, let's go. One more. Let's talk about teen dating. You leaving me now? You out of here? No, you want.
How was that having a teenager?
This is when your parenting skills are
That's
tested.
really? Shit.
Yeah.
Count, like, you know, whatever you put into them.
I tell my daughter, like, she's at that age where, you know, she's dating and stuff like that. And I'm like, you got to set boundaries immediately, right? Of what it is that you want. And she's young, so you might not have it all the way together, but you have an idea of what you want to see. And it should be based on what you see right here.
That's dope.
Because he's a darn good dad. That's one thing I could never, ever take away from him. He is the best dad. He held things down when I was gone. I'm talking about from when our children were 3 months old. It was daddy daycare.
My whole thought process is like, all right, I'm gonna get baby girl all the way together, get used to this fine shit. We go to restaurants with me and her car, her purse, whatever. Everything is nice and what she want. Like, you ain't gotta date a nigga just because he got it, right? Her ass go out to college and date the thug. I'm like, damn, I forgot about them niggas.
I didn't think about them niggas.
Damn, they love the hood niggas. I said,
She got her a YN, bro.
God, she got the king YN.
Right? How you having that, bro?
Forgot about that nigga. Man,
We stayed in this damn neighborhood. I didn't even think you would see that.
I forgot all about them niggas. Them niggas out there, bro. YN, she went and got the final boss.
That's
Forgot.
hilarious.
Oh man. All right. So How do you talk to your little girls about dating?
Make sure it's based in value. It's because when like he said, he got his little girl together, made sure she had all the and as he should, as a father, as he definitely should. But I also believe setting expectation, we forget to set intention. You know what I mean? Because just because his goal was to tell his daughter, like, you gotta date a nigga just like that. You ain't gotta be with a, but that's what you used to. You know what I mean? Like, my dad's flashy. My dad does this and this and that. So a nice guy come along and he's broke. She might be like, "Oh yeah, you cool," but like you're not holding the standard that I'm used to. Your dealer come along and be like, "Oh, you want to roof Chris? I could do that. You used to get bags. I could do that. You used to drive in a nice car. I could do that." You know what I mean? So when it's based in the lifestyle can come from anywhere, good or bad. Not that you're the only person that can give it to her, because you might be a guy who's real smart and got money. Cool, we'll go for it. But it should be based in values. How does this man treat you? Even money aside, how does this man treat you? What is he willing to do for you? Does he go the extra mile? Is he somebody that you can bring home? Is he somebody that you want your kids to be modeled after? Like, these are things that need to be instilled first before the money.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's important to make sure that she has those values as she's growing up and as you're raising her, and making sure that, you know, you kind of set that standard of what's a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want my daughters to say, I want to date somebody like my dad, you know what I'm saying, and take pride in that. And I mean, obviously, you know, you got to hit your head a couple times, and you got to bump your head a couple times within reason. But the goal is to not, you know, for you to not have to bust your head, or, you know, you not to have to go through all of these different trials and stuff like that, because you've been instilled with certain values that matter and that are consistent. And so now that you uphold those different values, it's important to make sure that those are, you know, where you get your dating profile from, as opposed to going to go get a YN and, you know, just out here being super raunchy. There ain't nothing about me that's a YN. So I don't even know why these dudes are attractive to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to have now that's probably not who he was in his earlier life. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, got to make sure that you get somebody that is, you know, that holds a standard to who you are and what we represent as a family. You know, they got to represent you well, and we got to make sure that we representing the family well. You know what I'm saying? So all of those things matter, man. They're anybody that's attached to you as a representation of you, which is a representation of us as a family. If they're not able to represent the family well, then, you know, we need to make sure that we're doing something to make sure that happens, yo.
Facts. Great.
Great. Yeah, man. All right, y'all. We got through all of the topics, man. We got through all of the topics for the last 2 weeks. We sped through them jumps, man. We appreciate every single last one of y'all for joining us. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for hanging out with us, cooling out, maxing and relaxing, shooting some b-ball out. No, but yeah, man, we love every single last one of y'all. Thank you for everybody that came in, jumped out, jumped back on, man. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all, man. Let's Talk About It Tuesday does not happen without every single last one of y'all. We are so grateful. Y'all know my motto is always stay in your bag, so you never got to chase a bag. And as always, Mr. Mike Smalls is going to take us out.
He said it, man. Love y'all. Please, please, please continue to come through, show up, show out. If you rewatch this on YouTube, send the link to somebody so they watch it. We trying to get our watch hours up. We trying to get the subscribers up. It don't cost nothing to subscribe, but if you put a $sign behind it, we're gonna make sure it's multiplied. And with that being said, we love all of y'all because y'all deserve to be loved. Progress can start. You feel like you should stop, and ignorance can't exist. Sentence. Hey, yo, Lil Jeff in the background go crazy. Hey, but knowledge is a choice. Feeling is a privilege. I'll let y'all in a minute.
You're. He did.
Hey.